Hi guys, quick update here for YouTube. It's Wednesday, 6th of March. Hope everyone's doing great. It's been a few weeks since the last update on YouTube. So if you want to join the group, everything's there. The masterclass is there, both the mini version as well as the full version. And obviously we've got the mortgage amortization course. Now it's been 2 years delayed. We've been meaning to get a part 2 to this, but unfortunately there's a world-ending situation going on here, and it is likely that it won't get released before the world ends. But we are hopeful that the Elliott wave count we have is right, and we've got another couple of years of this, but the way things are moving, probably not. And if you want to pay via crypto, it's either 2 months or it's 3 months up front. Just message me through the Facebook page. Everything is there. Obviously it's a very fast moving market here. As far as I'm concerned, everything has been driven by Nvidia. This is one of the greatest calls that we've ever made here on YouTube. Certainly one of the best calls I've ever made. I mean, it's a top 10 call. It's a top 30 call in terms of the percentage gain. But the way that it's moved, you know, since 400 here, right? And we called for 1,000. That was a month ago on YouTube. But I mean, frankly, we've been in the group since 400, and we caught this exact breakout. We've got people in the group who are up high 6 figures, even 7, on this move, and it's still not over. This is still going to go to 2,000 and become the world's most valuable company, and then some. So this stock, as far as I'm concerned, is driving the entire index. It's 20% of the SMH. It's about 20% of the Nasdaq now. Well, maybe not 20, maybe around 15, and it's about 5% of the S&P. So as Apple and Tesla are falling, Google's falling, where is that money going? Always ask yourself. This is like the Roach Motel. You check in, but you don't check out. Money never leaves this system. It simply rotates. So when Apple's in a very obvious distribution, and Tesla's obviously in a downtrend for the last couple of years. It's topped, like what feels like decades ago. That money had to have gone somewhere, and it's all gone into Nvidia. So we've been a big part of this whole, these group videos that we've been doing since the start of the year have been with Nvidia. But joining the group is very, very valuable, okay? Because you get access to all the calls early. Obviously, you lose money on the entry, not on the exit. I mean, just recently, we're looking at NYCB. I mean, everyone here is panicking about Mike Tyson's favorite bank here. I mean, I got it going over here to $12, so I don't see what the big panic is. If you know how to read a chart, it's pretty obvious where things are going to go. And now we're going to go with the S&P here first of all. So what we believe is going on is an ending diagonal, right? Just to put it out there, technically, when Nvidia tops, I might have got this count entirely wrong, and the world could end here in the next couple of weeks. I don't think that's going to happen. I still believe it's an ending diagonal, because the only way to then count this would be some kind of bizarre expanded flat. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Are we expecting a major crash 6 months before the US election when RFK takes power? I don't think so. So still 40 to 1, I think he is. So we're looking at this, then this election. Obviously there's going to be a lot of volatility there. Is it going to be Trump, Biden, or is it going to be someone else? It depends how deep you want to look into that. Then we're looking at one more kind of FOMO top. But the way Nvidia's moving, you got to ask yourself, are we incorrect in this count? So far the count is working. There's no need to change this count. You only change your thesis if the chart tells you to change your thesis. We've been long since here. We've called all of these moves perfectly, right? And they're all over here on YouTube. I mean, 7 years ago, the first YouTube video, Dow 40,000. So, how much time have we got? This is what I'm saying, right? It might not be possible to release the part 2. I know people want to get their mortgages amortized, right? And we're looking at a part 2. I get that. Problem is that the Dow's going to hit 40k. I mean, we're at 38, so we've got maybe 1,400 points left. I mean, it was looking pretty dire just a couple of weeks ago when we barely had 800 points left. So we're getting very, very close towards the end. But anyway, hopefully we'll get a part 2 at some point this year. Now, so that is the count. We're still looking at this FOMO trend. to continue. Certainly, I've never seen the markets move like this in the first 9 weeks of the year, driven by Nvidia. Obviously, a lot of people who don't have access to the group have missed the move. Perhaps they don't watch these videos. I mean, they're intentionally sort of hiding and shadow banning these videos here, which is fine. Not much we can do. I mean, for 754 people, you know, that's the most amount of money you're going to make in 7 weeks on any position, especially in the stock market. Just weekly call options are up nearly, I mean, close to 1500x, right? 1500x since the 400 low. You just continue to just roll that over. Anyway, we're looking at this to be the count. Like I said, you know, the backup count is that Nvidia tops, and then it's all over. Now we're gonna have a look at a few altcoins here. We can't give too much away. Obviously, it's a very fast moving market. With Bitcoin, we obviously gave 3 interpretations. There's an expanded flat. The X wave is out completely, and then we've got the impulsive count, which obviously still projects to higher. One of our favorite altcoins here is, well, we can cover 2 of them actually. One is FET. We got just chatting to a group member just a short while ago. I mean, he's been in this since 0.6, which is absolutely unbelievable. You know, for swing traders, they probably did not want to you know, hold through this move, but still, I mean, you know, I think the group is for everyone, really. I mean, whether you're a day trader, swing trader. Personally, I'm of the opinion swing trading, 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, you leverage time, emotion, and capital. But for some people who are more long-term, he's been long since here. The target since last year was 9. And we're going straight to 9. There's a very nice channel on here. So, you know, that's a nearly 30x move. So, you know, the group is very useful for those who are off all time frames, and as is the masterclass. There's certain strategies on there which I've never discussed publicly on YouTube. So you can also just take a 1-to-1 logarithmic relationship, yeah? So that comes in there. So let's just say this continues to impulse. Basically, that gets you into there. So that's very simple. I've not done anything complicated there. So basically what we're saying is, in the next 7 weeks, can FET, the way things are moving, reach exactly 8.86 there or thereabouts? Well, obviously yes, because it's already at 2. Once again, the advantage of being in the group, you would have been long like our group member. I mean, net the guys, I mean, he told me he got in at 6 cents, which is even better than when I got in at 10 cents. I mean, look at that move. Just look at that move, 134x. Okay, so you know there's a reason we charge a certain price point. It's not to price anyone out by any means. I want to do that, but it's nothing of value is free there. Anyway, that's FET. So I think FET has a little bit higher to go. Personally, on one of my own favorite coins is AGIX. I made a call once again last year, so go back to the videos we were doing on YouTube pretty much a year ago, that this could go also to $9. So, I mean, technically, at this current moment in time, you could make the point that this is the better play out of the 2 of them. That doesn't really give us all the entire history, though. If we pull up... nope, that's not it. I believe it's... perhaps it's Kraken, is it? Or is it... where is it now? That's not it. Maybe it is that. I know it's definitely on Mex. No, Mex doesn't have enough. Okay, fine. I mean, we're going to have to go off this one here. I don't think that's going to be enough data. So, ideally, find the chart with the highest amount of data. Anyway, I can't give away the count. But, well, I mean, I'll just put it out there. So, you know, if that's a 1, that's a 2. Yeah? And that's the count that we're running here. Right? So, you can see that basically we're in the third of the third. So we have an Nvidia-led bubble here. And I would say at this point, everyone has clocked on where Nvidia is going. They all know it's going to go to 2000, right? It's a bit obvious now because the Elliott wave comes clear. Well, once again, the advantage of being in the group is that we get to see things that perhaps other people are not seeing until it's too late, because you lose money on the entry, not on the exit. So we were long at 400, followed by the move just before December. So is the Elliott wave count obvious there? I don't think it is. I don't think it is, right? We know many people who perhaps missed this move, and now I'm trying to get a play sequence here, right? See, what is that? Is the Elliott wave clear? Can anyone say for sure it's going to go up? But this is what we teach on the masterclass. When you're in a consolidative pattern, how far is it going to go? What pattern did it form right here? What was this pattern? Right? People out here drawing random lines. This happens, this happens, this happens. No need to draw random lines. All you need to know is the patterns. As for random line drawing, there's nothing more that you need to know about price action other than what's there. Because you need to know everything in terms of short-term projection, medium-term, and more longer-term. Okay, people who look at price action all day, they can't tell you when it's down here, it's going to 2000. It's impossible because they don't know Elliott wave. I'm not saying Elliott wave is the be-all and end-all, but you need to know everything, right? How to project more longer-term and more shorter-term, right? And the shorter-term, that sniper entry, that can be incredibly profitable if you know how to use it. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Were we on FET there? Or I believe we were talking about AGIX. So yeah, I'm not getting the full price data here. I mean, as you can see, you know, you could make the point very clearly that you know, if that's a 1, 2, 3, we're going much more higher. Once again, we've been long here. I mean, technically we've been long since here, but you know, personally we don't hold through such a big correction, although there are some in the group who do. And now that's another 1, 2. So you get in on the second 1, 2, and then boom. Once again, it's AI led. Singularity. It's got a working website, Discord, Telegram. This is not one of those meme coins. This is a genuine coin with genuine utility. Personally, I think at this price point, it's even better play than FET, but they both work really well, right? What else can it be? If it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's an ABC. Either way, it doesn't matter, right? An ABC is the same as a 1, 2, 3 up until here. Effectively, except it'll go to a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So let's just do the 1-to-1 ratio. Well, that gets you towards 3, right? Now, does that look like a C wave? I don't think so, because can you cram 5 waves into that 3? No, because I think we're in the third of the third. So even if you're stuck with the Elliott wave, you find a significant bottom. Even that's a significant bottom, really, an SB, and then you work off your Elliott wave count, even if you're not sure, because that's going to be 535, 535. Well, then that's fine. Sell it at the 1-to-1, or you sell it at the reverse algo target, where you pull from the top to the bottom. There's your reverse algo target, which is trying to get to, right? So there's always, you know, a couple of targets on the way. Obviously, when you get good at this game and you understand the narrative, has Nvidia topped right here, right now? No, I don't think so. Obviously, when Nvidia tops at 2000, then we're gonna have a lot of problems here. Not just for AGIX, but the whole stock market, and as it turns out, the economy and the world, because the market's gonna turn clearly, just like it did many years ago, and we identified that bubble move way back at the start of the year, which feels like a lifetime ago, but it is still nine weeks ago. Anyway, that's AGIX, so I wanted to just pull that out there. So what else can we give away? Can we give away some more coins here? Let me think. Solano. Yeah, the count on Solano is interesting. I mean, once again, we were buying at $4.10 and then 20. Obviously I wasn't, you know, I mean, it can still go to all-time new highs. There's definitely a count. I just don't know. I mean, it's just the way that it's moving here, kind of stalling. I mean, you can definitely read that as a 1-2, 1-2. You know, we bought this low, then, you know, got out at that pivot level there. Personally, I think that's been a very good trade. Obviously, once again, longer term, they've done really well, right? They're up nearly 14x on that move, but would you be able to hold through this, right? Not everyone is able to do that. But anyway, I mean, you know, I suppose that would be a count. I mean, certainly it's possible. It's just kind of stalling here a little bit. I think it's the BTC. I mean, and it's not really an AI kind of coin, is it? Do you see that? It's kind of failing against the BTC. Now, AGIX is not doing that, is it? So AGIX, I think, is due a huge breakout here pretty soon. Do you see that level there? The more times you hit a level, the weaker it gets, right? So that's an inside candle. That's an inside candle. Once again, no need to draw random lines and follow people who don't know what they're doing. These special patterns to know about, that might be the best 88 minutes of your life right there, right? These are edited down videos. Honestly, I'm giving it away. I could charge 5 times as much and still I'd get buyers for it. And people are up massively based on the knowledge. It just requires a bit of time, that's all, right? And I've intentionally put all the indicators, all 10 of them, that are useful into one module, because indicators are secondary, right? They are derived from the primary tools of analysis based on the 3 variables. What are they? Price, time, and volume. What else is there? X-axis, Y-axis, and then you got your time. Then you've got your price, right? So price, time, volume. What else is there? Those are the 3 variables. From that, we define our 4 parts of analysis and trading and investing, i.e. volume analysis, auction market theory, Elliott wave, volume. And then following on from that, if you wanted secondary indicators, they are there. But there's a reason I put them all into one. I've seen other people's modules and they've got like 10 indicator modules, and it's not needed. They are derived from primary tools, so they're secondary, which means that they're lagging, much like fundamentals, right? Try and value Nvidia on fundamentals. It shouldn't be a lick more than 400. Anyway, that looks like an inside candle breakout to me. So that looks pretty explosive. Once again, special patterns that you should know about. Based on the number of candles, we have a very simple yet incredibly effective calculation to work out the target. Okay, there are multiple ways of working out the target, and we discussed that on the masterclass, right? So good. That is AGIX. I think we've gone round in circles there with AGIX. So what else can we give away? Solano, yeah, I mean, fine. It's it might get to 200, I think. We'll finish off with Bitcoin, actually. Why not? So Bitcoin, right? So let's just pull it up on the futures first of all. Now, obviously, we have formed a shakeout pattern around the key high. Swing failure, shakeout pattern. Does that mean it's over? Well, I mean, that is still a swing failure, though. You can't say that it's not. I mean, I call it a shakeout pattern. You can't say that it's not one. Obviously, that does look like a liquidation. Could you force fit 5 into there? Probably. Does it probably look like 3? Yes, in which case it's corrective. We've run the high, we've failed, right? So obviously for this to now be bullish, you're looking at this to reclaim the high and then continue on going higher. We've mentioned the bullish count, right? Of course, worst case scenario, the Nvidia move tops out tomorrow, and then that's it. It's all over. So it's all about Nvidia still. We identified Nvidia as the better play since the start of the year. But well done to anyone who's been holding crypto. It's a liquidity market. So, 1, 2, and now here's where it gets a little bit tricky, right? I don't like that as a 3-4 personally, right? I think the 3-4 is still up here. So as I said on the last video, when it was down here at 50k, we said 84k, right? 84k, then a pullback, then the 100k. So is it still possible this can get to 100k? Yes. Once again, we go back to Nvidia. Has Nvidia topped? No. Is Nvidia the key to the entire market? Yes. So it's all about Nvidia, whether you're investing in crypto, altcoins, New York City Community Bank, which might go to 12, I believe. I think Nvidia is the key. So obviously we discuss all of these stocks multiple times a week. If you want to join the group, everything's there. If you want to pay via crypto, US dollar tether only, obviously it's 2 or 3 months. Eventually this market's going to turn in a very, very bad way. I don't think we're there yet. At time of doing video, obviously the market's closed just now, but soon we will be there. So it's you got to take advantage of the opportunity when it comes, because with the VIX being so low, when this market turns, it will turn in a very bad way, and we have a massive event risk here. In November, no one really has a clue who's going to win. Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Biden? Obviously, those who sort of perhaps watch my videos would think differently to either of those two. But regardless, there's going to be some volatility there. I can't imagine the VIX staying around here for too long. I won't give you a time horizon, but it's just a matter of when. When the VIX is this low, it's basically forming a base, ready for a huge move. I mean, there's no point in doing Elliott wave here because it's all over the place, obviously, because it's derived from the S&P options. The 30-day volatility is basically nothing. I mean, is everyone euphoric just now on the S&P and on Nvidia? Is it a new paradigm? Is it mania? Well, we're getting close to it, but is it right now? I don't think so. But at some point, we're going to see something rather spectacular here pretty soon. It's going to happen pretty soon, and unfortunately, there's a buyer for every seller and a seller for every buyer.